my shorts.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Dave Lee Down Under podcast. I'm of course your host Dave Lee, and this is episode 11 of the show. 11 episodes in, wow! You can of course join us every single Monday here on the podcast. The episode goes out on all podcasting platforms including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music and Audible. The two new ones we finally got on a couple of weeks ago, which is awesome. The visual element, of course, is available to view on YouTube. That goes out on the Monday as well. But if you're a patron supporter, you can get 2 days early access to the video version on YouTube. You just head to patreon.com/Dave Lee Down Under, and you can subscribe for as little as $1 a month, which is awesome.
Cheapy.
Very cheap. Very cheap. You can of course cancel your subscription at any time. As long as you pay it for 1 month, we spoke last.
I'd be charging them $10 a month.
$10 a month, you reckon? Oh, let's get that money. No, it's all right. It's $1 a month. That's the lowest tier. But if you do feel generous enough to pay $10 a month, there is a $10 tier out there as well. But anyway, you can, of course, sign up to the Patreon. Any kind of support is very, very much appreciated. It's as little as $1 a month, as we say. You can, of course, find me on Dave Lee Down Under on YouTube, over on Twitter and Instagram. There's links down the bottom of every single podcast, so you can just click straight through. How good's technology these days, huh? Just click the link and you're there. Of course, if you're listening on the podcast platforms, please leave a review and a rating. Getting some good ones coming
Only
through.
good ones.
Only the good ones. Only the good ones. We don't want bad ones, so just keep the good ones rolling through. I'm, of course, joined once again by old mate Rick.
G'day, guys. Hope everyone's well. We're doing well in Melbourne. It's good.
Yeah, that's the good thing.
Life's getting better.
Life is getting better here in Melbourne, which is beautiful. We'll talk about that.
Life is beautiful.
We'll talk about that, but let's start with the bad news this week.
Which bit?
It's always best to start with the bad news and then get into the good news to get a bit of relief, I suppose.
Yeah.
More courier disasters.
Every week.
Every week.
Maybe because we have couriers come nearly every day. It's going to be a bad.
Courier's always coming. I mean, the amount of packages I've got are the stuff that I've ordered myself online or stuff I've got people sending in to review. There's just so much constantly coming that naturally, every now and then, something's going to go missing, something's going to arrive damaged. We get a good hit record, but
you get the occasional one.
But you get the occasional one.
We had a really good one during the week too.
Did we?
Was that guy that was really happy and chirpy and really cheery?
He's like, oh,
yeah, it's fantastic.
Dave Lee. Yeah. He's like, oh, I got a package for you. Got some books. It's like, all right, thanks. You just leave them there. Thank you. Have a good one. Yeah. Always good day, mate. Yeah.
Happy and cheery.
Very nice.
It's good to see.
Nice. Very good. They're all getting happier.
He's probably happier that, we're all out of lockdown now.
Well, exactly right. But yeah, he was very happy. Very good. Sometimes you get grumpy ones. Actually, one today came, he just threw it. I saw him just threw it on the thing. He's like, Dave Lee? I said, yeah, he's just ran off. All right. And then he got in his car and started talking on the phone. So he was obviously halfway through a conversation on the phone or something. But anyway, we've got, I've been saying the last couple of weeks, Zavvi. Zavvi orders are just a disaster, man.
They have become terrible.
They are so bad at the moment. I've got one Zavvi order out of 3 that I've been waiting on for about a month. Well, granted, one of them's probably about 3 weeks I've been waiting, which is a replacement of an order that I placed like 2 months ago. Still haven't received a replacement. I placed an order for 2 items at the beginning of last month, which was they did like a sale on the Disney 3D movies, buy one, get one free or whatever it was, or buy 2 for £15 or whatever the hell it was. So I bought 2. And of course, it's Zavvi. If you haven't been listening, Zavvi, they just send everything out individually. You place an order of like 10 things, you get 10 individual parcels. And naturally, there's always going to be one that goes missing or just arrives like a month later than everything else. So I got one. I placed an order for 2 items. I got 1 item like 3 days ago. Still waiting on that second one. I feel like it's either going to arrive in 2 weeks or not at all. So I'll get on to them.
Don't get why they just don't put them all in one package.
I don't get it.
It'd save them bucket loads.
Well, exactly right. I've heard from so many people writing in. They're saying, I'm having the same issues with Zavvi. They ship everything individually, and there's always something that goes missing that I have to get a replacement for. Some people have been saying they order a replacement, they get the replacement like 2 weeks later, and then 2 months later, the original order comes through. It's crazy, man. And I've messaged them. I'm like, why are you doing this? And they're like, oh, well, naturally, because of how big our warehouse is and how many orders we've got.
Too lazy to hop on a friggin'
oh my god, little
cart that zips around the warehouse to go to the other side of the warehouse.
Oh my lord, it's a disaster, man. So they send all these things out individually. Going to cost them like if you place an order of 10 things, there's 10 lots of shipping they're paying for, and then
it's crazy.
And then if they have to replace it, they're sending replacements out, and they're losing money on shipping and on replacement items. It's nuts, man. So anyway, I'm still waiting on 2 items from Zavvi. I'm also waiting on a record. It's been in the post for over a month.
It's been ages.
A month and a half at least. Universal Music, man, they're awful as well. Like, I've had real bad experience with their customer service before. I ordered a signed album once, and they sent the album. It was a CD. They sent the CD out, and then it didn't have the signed portion on it. And they said, oh, yeah, sorry. The signed portion is going to come separately, and it arrived a year later.
Oh,
it was
my
like
God.
8 months to a year later. It was my Lady Gaga Star Is Born album. It was overseas, yeah. It was like an exclusive UK thing. So I was like, I have to get this while I'm here. Awesome. I was there. The soundtrack to A Star Is Born. Love the film. I love Lady Gaga. I think she's great. So yeah, they sent out the album. I got the album real quick, but then the signature, which was on, it was like a card printing of the album cover. It arrived like 8 months later.
It's nuts.
It's crazy. It was crazy.
Maybe they had to do some deal to get her to sign stuff.
Well, probably. Who knows? And
someone had to learn how to sign, sign a signature, more likely.
You ordered like a big John Lennon box set last year as well.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to come with a poster, and it didn't come with the poster.
Yeah, that's right.
So I had to email and be like, oh, what's going on? So they sent the poster. I don't know. So I think Universal Music and Zavvi are probably off my list for ordering shit from anymore. I'm done with Zavvi. I'm done with Zavvi now. Especially Amazon Australia, you can place orders for UK items now.
Oh, thank God.
From Amazon UK. So now Zavvi is the bottom of my list until they fix their game. If you're listening, Zavvi, fix the game. I've literally had like a lot of people write in and saying I'm having the same issue. It's absolutely nuts. It's absolutely nuts.
I just can't understand why they don't send it all together.
I don't get it either.
If it was my company, I'd be tearing somebody a new one for that.
Yep. I had this guy wrote in, Butters 2. He says, I think your courier driver turned up in Altona this week. Not only did I get the mail for the house 2 streets down, which happened to us, we received someone's item from down the road. And he says, not only that, but my Zavvi order has gone missing or lost. It's been 2 months. I received 3 of the 5 Blu-rays in individual deliveries from the same order, yet the other 2 have been lost or delivered to Mr. X. Anyway, I contacted Zavvi, eventually had to complete a missing order form before they could investigate. The lost Blu-rays were replaced at no charge. Now I'm waiting for them to confirm that they've been sent out. Wait another 45 days. Now, this is interesting. If you have ordered anything from Zavvi, he says, I contacted Zavvi via email. What a process that is, he says. Or she says, could be a she.
Could be.
The best way to contact Zavvi is Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
They take a while to reply.
They get onto it, though.
They take maybe 6 hours to reply, 12 hours to reply, but they get back a lot faster than the email. I've contacted them via email before, and they take days. And then it's you write back and you wait another couple of days. And then you got to fill the form. If you just do it on the Facebook, they'll get back to you and they'll just you get it done in a day. So that's my tip to anyone out there having any kind of trouble with Zavvi. I think even any...
They don't want that splashed all over...
No, probably not.
Over social media, that's why.
Well, yeah. But I think any company, any online retailer, I always have a lot more...
success getting in touch,
going through Facebook Messenger because they've got that. There's probably some PR person sitting on the social medias all day, every day. Yeah, for sure. So that's my tip. Whereas they might only check the email once a day or once every couple of days. Yeah. Social media, Facebook Messenger, or even like Instagram Messenger or whatever you've got out there. I had another disaster this week. Oh yeah. Crisis sort of averted. Well, mostly.
Well, it was in the end, yeah.
It was in the end. My PlayStation account got hacked.
Yes. Dirty, filthy mongrels out there.
I was sitting there researching my Cartoon Evolution, Peanuts. It was my first day on it. I was sitting there just researching. About midday, maybe 1 o'clock, I get a thing from PayPal. Your $160 order has gone through to Sony store. I thought, what have I ordered? So I looked. Oh, I got a PayPal email as well. Success. Your payment to Sony store has gone through. I've gone, what the hell is this? I thought, because the PlayStation 5 comes out this week, I had to, my girlfriend overseas, Alicia, of course, she was having trouble ordering the PS5. She wanted it in England. She lives over in the UK. So I helped her a month or so ago to order that from my end because I could get through the website. And I thought, maybe they've taken payment. Maybe I put it through to my PayPal or whatever, and maybe I checked it. No. Someone's ordered Watch Dogs Gold Edition on my PlayStation account. I said, what the hell? I thought, what the hell? So I got into the PlayStation account to check what was going on. Yes, sure enough, transaction there under my transactions. Watch Dogs Gold Edition, $160. What the hell is this? And as I'm in the process of trying to figure out what the hell is going on, I get another email. Someone's ordered the Uncharted collection, $25. But what the hell? Thinking someone's on my PlayStation account right now at this very moment ordering shit. So I went through it. I thought, screw this. I changed my email. I changed my password that was all attached to that. I discovered that my PayPal account was attached to the PlayStation account, and there's a function on there that says require password when placing an order or whatever.
At checkout.
Yeah,
that's right.
And it was turned off.
Yeah.
So obviously someone's got through to my PlayStation account, and my PayPal's there. It doesn't need a password. So they go through, they buy a bunch of shit, and then apparently what they do is they then change your password, they change your email, so you're locked out of your account. Someone's taken over your account. They've got your PayPal details, and they just start buying shit. Yeah. Right. Apparently, PlayStation got hacked earlier in the year. In
April.
77 million users.
Oh my God. Well, I reckon mine did. Mine got done, but I didn't have any cards or PayPal or anything attached to mine. So they couldn't do anything, but I was getting some really bizarre
we got weird emails.
Texts and emails and everything.
Yeah. You've been getting those weird texts.
Those weird texts from all different, but they're Australian mobile numbers.
That's weird.
So apparently what they do is they buy Australian SIM cards and they just divert the calls from them through them.
So bad. I think because we've been suspecting for a while that our information had been hacked. We got emails from the service provider saying your data may have been compromised in a hack or a leak. They didn't say where. We thought it was maybe somewhere else, not PlayStation. PlayStation was the last thing on my mind because I don't use the bloody thing.
But see, even was it Microsoft or something?
Well, we thought it might have been Microsoft because
they got hacked a little while ago as well.
I don't know. But when we went through to the Microsoft website, it popped up with a little thing that said, it said your data's been compromised or whatever. But I found a few websites you got to sign in, and it says our service has noticed that this password and email combination may have been part of some data hack. So we kind of thought it was Microsoft, but no, PlayStation. So anyway, someone's in my PlayStation account, and then I notice my cart. There's an item in the cart, which is some Sonic game for $15. So some little bastard.
Yeah, but it was 50% off.
Yeah, it was 50% off.
It was a $30 game down to $15.
So some bastards got on my game.
So they're doing the right thing. They're buying discounted games for you.
Well, apart from that bloody $160 Watch Dogs. So I caught someone in the act. They were about to go through with I reckon they would have just kept going and going and going.
Well, they do it up to about $300 apparently. Yeah. Because then it triggers something with Sony, from what I understand.
Man, that's nuts.
Or PayPal, sorry.
PayPal,
it triggers with PayPal.
Yeah, so it's all these small little transactions. And anyway, so I got those, I cancelled everything on that, changed my password, changed my username, changed my email, disconnected the PayPal. I got on PayPal. I removed all of the cards from the PayPal. Yep, everything, good. Cards, bank accounts, everything on PayPal. Changed my PayPal email address, which had been changed earlier in the year, luckily. Because once we found out we were probably part of some leak, we changed everything except PlayStation.
Yeah.
Again, last thing I would have thought. Because I don't use it. So anyway, I changed everything. I had to get on the phone. I waited an hour and a half to get through to PayPal. I finally got through. They processed a refund.
PayPal didn't. They said there was nothing they could do about it. They told you that it had already been processed.
Oh, yeah,
and there's nothing they could do about it.
So what happened with that?
So then I finished up. I rang the bank.
Yeah.
And we got onto the bank and we got the bank to put a stop on all the accounts.
Yeah, because I'm here waiting online to get through the bloody Sony after I've spoken to PlayStation.
And you're on there for 2 hours or something to get through?
Nearly 2 hours. So I thought, well, I'm on the phone to this. Can you call the bank? So you're calling the bank.
Yeah.
Went through to the bank. And
the bank was fantastic.
They were great. Easy.
Really good.
Yeah.
So they put a block on accounts and cards and God knows what. And so the money should have been stopped coming out.
Yeah.
It turned out that the money actually finished up coming out.
It did. I think because of what PayPal does, the way PayPal operates is you place an order, PayPal pays for the item, and then PayPal comes for you for the money.
Yep.
So even if you got a lock on your account, it comes out. Yeah. So I went in the red, but it doesn't matter. So anyway, eventually it got refunded. Because Sony processed PayPal wouldn't do anything.
Sony were really good.
Yeah,
Sony were really good.
Sony were really great.
Obviously because they knew their thing had been hacked.
So I was on the phone with Sony for 10 minutes.
And this has probably happened to millions of people.
Oh, probably. So 77 million people got hacked apparently. They were like, oh yeah, I see it. Yeah, I see this. Yep, we'll refund these. Because PayPal were like, it's already processed. We can't go into their account and cancel it, whatever. Surely PayPal can do something. I don't know. But anyway, PlayStation sorted it out. It says it's going to be refunded. I haven't got the money back yet, but it could take like 5 days or something. So anyway. You were telling me that they said that they can trace it because of the console that's been downloaded to. Yeah. So if anybody's out there that is doing this sort of shit, be prepared. Exactly. You might get a knock on the door. Yeah, well, apparently,
because they can trace you through your console.
Yeah, the console that you've used,
and obviously the console has an IP address, and your internet has an IP address. Yeah. So there's no way that they won't. They'll eventually get pulled up.
Yeah. Because they reckon they can confirm it. Yeah, they can see what console has been used to purchase it. And if that console doesn't match any other payments attached to that
to your account
previously, then they know it's a fraudulent thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's hopefully all sorted. I'm still waiting to get my money back.
So if you're out there, be prepared for a knock on the door.
Exactly right, bastard.
Yeah.
Just bloody Watch Dogs. $160 for a game, gold edition. What the...
I just don't get that.
I don't get it.
Because we thought that maybe whoever it was has ordered a couple of physical media.
And then I realised, you can't do that anymore through PlayStation Store.
How do they make money out of it? But obviously they just sell the email and passwords on the black web or something.
Yeah, so whoever's hacked my account has bought my data from the dark web.
Yeah, that's right.
So someone makes the money off the hack, they sell the data, someone buys it off the dark web. They've paid whatever for the hacked data. They can get into your PlayStation account. They buy a bunch of shit with your PayPal, and then they change your password, change your email address, and they just hijack your literal piracy.
Yeah,
literal piracy. Yeah. That's a pirate fucking taking over the vessel and fucking little shits. Anyway,
well, it's illegal in Victoria.
Piracy
to do deals with a pirate. Wow, I was only reading it just before, remember?
That's probably illegal everywhere, surely, dealing with a pirate.
Of course it is.
Lord. Anyway, let's go on to some good news this week. Huh? Lord
they're coming after you, hacking bastard.
Yeah, little bastard. Anyway, good news, feedback from the podcast this week from the podcast masters.
Was it good feedback?
Well, yes, it's a good news section.
Oh,
mostly good news.
Because we don't want bad news.
No. Podcast masters, Wacko, Jacko, and Tim.
Oh, God, here we go.
All right, so they say, if you haven't been listening, these blokes, a couple of mates of mine, always giving me some sort of feedback, some kind of just wacko feedback, right? You got heaps better over 10 episodes. This week had a shout-out, actual Deadwood update, and minimal sound effects. So it's basically the perfect ep. Except Tim was a little bit annoyed that he didn't get a shout-out and cited it as a major flaw of the episode. So not quite a perfect show.
G'day, Tim. There's a shout-out for you, mate.
There you going, Tim. So there you go. He's got a little tick. Shout-out for Tim and Wacko Jacko on the way. We did say before, Melbourne has continued to reopen, which is great.
Yeah.
Officially, at the time as we're recording, we record on a Friday, 2 weeks.
14 days.
14 days with no cases.
No new cases. And
no deaths.
No deaths.
Beautiful. That's what we like to hear here in Melbourne. Gorgeous.
So the lockdown worked.
Mm-hmm.
They kept telling us it was going to work, and it worked.
Crushed the bloody thing.
Now we've just got to keep it in check. Just got to keep it in check.
Not quite crushed, but it's still out there. But we just got to.
And now we can travel outside the 25 k's.
Beautiful.
We can because we were stuck. Those of you who haven't heard or that don't know, we were stuck. We had a 25-kilometre radius from home that we could travel. Outside that, you copped a. What was it? A $1,600 fine nuts, or $5,000 fine? I think it was.
Yeah.
But now we can travel everywhere. We can go rural and everything. So
beautiful.
We can go for a drive up the country.
Borders are going to start opening just before Christmas or after Christmas.
Yeah, I think New South Wales border opens to us next weekend. I think, which is nice. Yeah. So, and I think the Queensland border will open then as well. South Australia is talking about opening their border to us again now. Beautiful. The only ones those wankers over in WA.
Sorry if you're listening out there in WA.
Ah, well, it's not the listeners, it's the
government,
the bloody premier over there.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, we won't get too political.
No, not at all. This is a good news segment.
Try and cut that at the there.
Yeah, we'll cut it off at the neck.
Yeah. So yeah, it's really good. Everything's opening up. It's starting to feel a little bit more normal now. I've been out shopping and stuff. Not too, I'm not, going out
every
not
day.
Too complacent. Not every day. I've been out like twice. Right. But I went out to Target the other day to pick up a book. It's just nice just to be able to drive somewhere.
Yeah.
And just pick up something.
And you actually drove yourself out a couple of times.
Yeah.
First time in what?
Wow. Yeah,
months.
because you're only allowed out, like one person at a house is only allowed at a time, or two people in the one vehicle. So you've been bloody driving everywhere. I've been tagging along if we go to the supermarket or whatever. But yeah, it's like the first time I've driven for ages. Yeah. To actually go somewhere. I didn't know where to be.
There was a long time there was only one person allowed out the house at a time.
Yeah. And you would go and do all the shopping and shit, and I'd go out and whatever. I'd usually go for a walk somewhere if I go somewhere. But yeah, so I drove out. I picked up the new Harry Potter. Oh, it's gorgeous new illustrated edition hardback thing that they've just brought out. Stunning little book. I had to go and get it. Our nice. Local store was the only one that had it in Victoria.
It's normally somewhere just the other side of the country or something.
So yeah, I was happy. I was like, I got ordered online. Went and picked it up the next day. So yeah, that's been good. The big thing, cinemas are open.
Woohoo!
Cinemas are back open again here in Melbourne, which is awesome because they've been closed. TENET is the big one. TENET's finally opened in Melbourne, in Victoria.
Yep, which is good.
Yep, and the IMAX is doing.
It's only allowed 20 people, I think.
Well, I think the first week they said it was 20 people, but after that it's 100.
I think that's next weekend, I think.
Yeah, so next weekend. After a week or 2 weeks, maybe.
Well, it's supposed to be not this coming weekend, but the one after.
Oh, right.
The 23rd or whatever it is. Something like that.
Right. Well, so yeah, cinemas are open. They're running films. There's a bunch of films that have trickled out over the last couple of months that they're finally opening here in Melbourne. Just a bunch of it's some older stuff as well. And the IMAX is screening TENET almost non-stop until early to mid-December.
Yeah, I was looking on Village website earlier, and they're running a screening of it almost every hour.
Yeah, it's crazy. If you looked at those IMAX sessions, it was heaps and heaps and heaps. I haven't got tickets yet, probably should, but yeah, that's awesome. It's one of only 13 screens in the world here in Melbourne that's going to play it in that IMAX 1570 format, which is awesome. We've actually got the largest screen in the world at the moment.
Yeah,
we're second largest behind the one in Sydney, but that's closed for refurbishment. So technically, we've got the largest screen in the world here in Melbourne.
It's massive.
Enormous,
massive.
Floor to ceiling, walls.
It's 8 stories high or something, isn't
something
it?
Nuts like that. It's huge, enormous. So we probably do need to get and see TENET. So expensive. That's the only thing with the IMAX.
Yeah,
pay $35 a ticket.
You got to pay for that screen.
Exactly right. But you can't complain too much about it. They haven't had people going in there for months and months and months and months. They haven't jacked the prices up, which is good. But yeah, it's just expensive. But I should look into doing that. I would love to get to the cinema, see TENET too on a huge screen. Would be awesome.
We'll have to do one day during the week.
Yeah, we'll have to pick a day and when I'm not so busy.
Leave your mother at home and we'll go to the movies.
Yeah, exactly. She's working anyway.
Yeah, exactly right.
Talking about watching movies and stuff this week, catalog titles. I've just been working through those imprint, the WandaVision's imprint wave, the third wave that they released in October. A bunch of really obscure stuff. I've been enjoying most of it. I got through the film noir box set, which had like 4 film noirs in it. Really great. I love my film noir stuff, so I enjoyed them. One called Hard 8, which is really good. John C. Reilly, Gwyneth Paltrow, Samuel L. Jackson, Paul Thomas Anderson film. His first film, I believe. Very good. A couple of really weird, obscure ones. One called The Winslow Boy, a little bit on the boring side. Jonathan Livingston Seagull, also a little bit on the boring side. And one called Danger Diabolic, which is this really weird Italian sort of exploitation film, but one of those ones where they do it in English.
Oh, yeah,
but I feel like that, like some of the actors go in there speaking Italian or whatever other language, and they just dub it over in English. Yeah. It's a lot of fun, really silly, based on like a really old Italian comic book, like sort of like a James Bond kind of weird, but more so like I think like Austin Powers, that really over the top kind of thing.
Yep.
Like. Yeah, just real 60s sort of thing. So that was fun. But I've enjoyed all the movies, but that Winslow Boy, Jonathan Livingston Seagull were just a little bit tedious. But the transfers on all these have been beautiful so far. But I will review them in a couple of weeks' time. I've still got a few more I need to get through. So once I got through them, I'll put a review up. We watched a few newer movies last weekend. The Gentleman.
That was good.
Yeah, Guy Ritchie film with Matthew McConaughey and... Colin Farrell and so many other people. Yeah.
It was a typical...
What you'd expect.
Yeah, typical Guy Ritchie film.
Yeah.
Just typical of what he does. And
yeah.
It was enjoyable. Nothing special, but it was enjoyable. And it was good.
It's a fun Friday night flick it was. We watched Bombshell.
Enjoyed that.
That was good. Because we'd watched The Loudest Voice, which was the Russell Crowe... A Bombshell is about Roger Ailes, who run Fox News, and sort of The Loudest Voice is about his whole sort of career at Fox News, leading and then like ending with the sexual harassment lawsuits and all that shit. And Bombshell sort of more focuses on the sexual harassment portion of it, and focuses on the women that were involved in it. And really, I really enjoyed it.
What was the main woman's name?
Charlize Theron. Megyn Kelly.
Megyn Kelly. And Charlize, the makeup on that was
incredible.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Like, we got 10 minutes into it, and you said, "Oh, geez, makeup's incredible." And I'm going, and I'm thinking to myself, who the hell is it? And I had to look up to see who it was. Yeah. And it was Charlize Theron. And I thought, my God, I would never have picked her in a million years.
Yeah. And it also had Margot Robbie was in it, and Nicole Kidman. Oh, really good. I liked it.
Really good film.
A lot of people out there have been saying it's crap, they didn't like it.
No, I actually quite enjoyed it.
It was good. It was pretty good. I think maybe because we had watched The Loudest Voice, I think maybe that provided more of
more context and more background to what we...
Yeah, I feel like if we hadn't watched that, we might have
lost a bit. Yeah.
So I felt because I felt like a lot of the time I was falling back on stuff we'd seen on the show.
Yep.
That had been fleshed out more. I love that series. It was so good. Russell Crowe was
brilliant.
John Lithgow plays Roger Ailes in Bombshell.
Yeah.
He was very good, but I think Russell Crowe was just the best.
Stunning.
Brilliant. So I enjoyed that. And we watched If Beale Street Could Talk.
Now that's one I was looking forward to for a long time. And it was only ever released here, I think, on DVD, I think. And you can't get it anywhere here now.
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to buy the DVD, and we could only get it. Where'd you finish up getting it from?
UK. I bought it in Amazon.
And I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
really enjoyed that film. Yeah, I was looking forward to that because that's been out a year, maybe
a couple of years now.
Yeah, and
easily.
I saw an ad for it when it first came out, and I thought, oh wow! And I went out to because you were overseas, and I went out to buy it and couldn't find it anywhere. And I asked the guy at JB, and I said, oh, I don't know that one. So he had a look at it. So we've got it on DVD. I said, no, don't bother. I won't buy the DVD.
Yeah.
But it was worth the wait. I really
very
enjoyed
good.
that.
Everything about it, great performances. Yeah. The music is fantastic. It's got a really great score. I loved it. That was really good. That was one of the, if you were listening last week or the week before, I had an Amazon package that arrived with only one of the 4 items that I'd ordered in it. So I had to get the replacement, and that was one of those ones that had gone missing. So we finally got a copy of it, which is good. So that came through.
Yeah, if you can get your hands on it.
Definitely.
If you're in Australia, it's worth a watch.
$12 that cost on Amazon.
Wow.
Yeah, from the UK. It's so cheap through the global store, I swear. It's cheaper to buy stuff from internationally through the global store than it ever was to order directly from Amazon UK. You don't get the taxes. You don't have to pay shipping. They don't add the VAT or any of that shit. It's so cheap. Like I'm picking up stuff. So that's why I've been ordering so much stuff. Yeah. It was like $12 for that.
Wow.
And I ordered like the Shaft collection, the 3 classic 60s Shaft films for like $20.
Yeah.
So good. So cheap.
Great films, those.
Oh, I love them. Television-wise, well, firstly, we watched Emily in Paris last week. We were talking about this. We've like smashed through the whole series. We've been pronouncing it wrong, apparently.
You told me about this earlier. That's hilarious.
Netflix had to come out and like tweeted. And I'm like, oh, you know, like, by the way, everyone, just a friendly reminder, everyone's pronouncing it wrong. It's actually supposed to be pronounced in a French accent so that it rhymes. So it's Emily in Paris.
Emily in Paris.
Emily in Paris, right? God. Anyway, of course, the internet's bloody ran with that, and it's just a meme at the moment. And everyone's like, "Oh, pick your name and pick a country that your name rhymes with," and everyone's just like, you know, doing all these things. It's so funny. They've just run with it. So yeah, Emily in Paris.
That's hilarious.
That's been announced for a second season this year. Just this past week, they've announced second season of that one's coming.
That's good.
It's like the third most viewed show on Netflix at the moment.
It's not the greatest show.
Not the greatest. It's
just really watchable. It's good to watch late at night when you're a bit tired. You don't have to really think.
Yeah. It's getting a lot of hate on the internet. I get it because it is such a trashy show, but it's fun.
Yeah, exactly right.
I like a bit of just trashy programming sometimes. Just, like you said, just easy to
watch late at night.
So we got season 2 on the way.
Or you're talking to somebody on Facebook or Instagram or whatever takes your fancy.
Yeah. We finished The Queen's Bandit this week.
Gambit.
The Queen's Bandit. Where did that come from? The Queen's Gambit.
That's autocorrect.
Must be an autocorrect. The Queen's Bandit. Oh, that sounds like a good program.
Yeah.
Pirates or some shit. Yeah, Queen's Bandit, right?
Back to pirates again.
We finished that. Queen's Gambit in a couple of nights.
That was really good.
Man.
Well, we smashed it in, 2-3 nights?
4 nights, yeah. So good.
Jeez, it was good.
7-episode mini-series, or limited series as it's called. Anya Taylor-Joy is the lead, and she's terrific.
She's fantastic.
So amazing.
Yeah.
And the cast of other characters
there was barely
really
a weak character in it.
No, yeah,
there wasn't a weak character at all. It was
brilliant.
Fantastic show. It's really worth having a look.
We watched the trailer and we thought, this looks really weird. I don't know about it.
Yeah.
And we thought...
That's some chick that plays chess. You think, my God.
Well, it just sounds just like a weird, I don't know, any program about chess. It just seems boring, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Just weird, right? But no, it's so good. We watched it only because we're like, well, we've got 2 weeks until The Crown drops, so we've got nothing to watch this week, so what are we watching, right? So we watched, it's bloody real good. And it's essentially like, I can't even really explain it, but it's this girl who's like a chess prodigy, and she is becomes a really good chess player, and she's better than all the guys and stuff. It doesn't do it in like a real sort of like overly political kind of thing, boring or any of that. But I didn't feel like it was like overly political or anything like that. It was just a really good story. Really good story, great performances,
and you almost
loved
you almost get the sense of it being a suspenseful thriller.
Oh yeah, the
whole way through.
Yeah, because she's a little bit, bit weird.
You're thinking. I was thinking the whole way through, what the hell is she going to finish up doing?
Snap or something. But won't spoil too much more. But it's really good. If you haven't seen it, and even if you'd seen that trailer and you think not for me, watch it because that's bloody good. Yeah, it's really good.
Really is worth. And if you do get on and watch it, let us know what you think.
No, exactly right.
Yeah, tell us what you think.
Email in or Twitter or whatever.
Maybe we just like shit and other people don't.
People are loving it.
It is fantastic. It's something you would never expect.
No, exactly right.
A show about some girl playing chess. Yeah. My God,
crazy.
Jeez, it was good.
We finished again. Be careful. We finished Marvel 616, which is the upcoming Disney Plus program.
Careful.
Yeah. I'm still under embargo for this one until later this week.
Oh, so we can actually say something about it.
We can. I'm not allowed to say even whether I liked it or not. But I watched...
Well, I actually... No.
I can't, I'm not allowed to say anything. No. Whether we liked it, can't say... I don't know what I can say about it. Nothing. So I'm going to leave with that again. There will be a review this week. I've also interviewed one of the directors. Each episode has a different director. Paul Scheer, who's a comedic actor, really great. I've chatted with him and with one of the show's executive producers, Sarah Amos. So that review will be up this week as well. We didn't start anything more substantial this week. We just kind of got through the rest of Marvel 616 because, again, The Crown starts this Sunday. We didn't want to start something with and spend 2 days on it, then divert and then come back again.
Yeah, in 3 weeks' time.
Yeah, so excited for The Crown.
Deadwood on it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, by the time this podcast goes out, The Crown will be up.
And we've probably watched half the season.
Yeah, exactly, if not the whole thing.
Yeah, probably.
Very excited about that. The Crown. Oh, can't wait. The Mandalorian episode 2 we watched last Friday, of course.
Yep, and it's still good.
Still great.
It's still good.
A lot of people out there didn't like it. I loved it. I thought it was great. It was a filler episode. Not much really happened when you think about it.
Not really.
It was a filler, but it's fun.
Oh yeah.
It's just a fun
40-minute. But knowing how it's made, with those screens,
it's incredible.
You're watching thinking, where's the screen?
Yeah.
Where's the screen start and finish? And it's fantastic. Really good.
Enjoyed it. It's fun. It's an exciting program. And again, we were talking a few weeks ago how that kind of like communal television watching experience doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Where everyone sits down and watches the same show at the same time. It's back. It's back with The Mandalorian and Disney Plus pushing these programs that go out once a week. The way it used to be.
Yeah.
Everyone around the world gets it at the same time. And people get to chat about it instantly on Twitter or call your friend and talk about it. And I remember years ago, Smallville. It was the big show when I was growing up. And as soon as the episode finished, I had to get on the phone and call Lockie. My mate Lockie, did you see that episode? No, so good. Lex Luthor, he's going to turn evil next episode. Of course, it didn't happen for 3 seasons or something. But it was just the whole fun of that communal kind of, right? And that's back. It's back with The Mandalorian, I feel. It's just awesome. And that's better than it being dropped because I see Mandalorian spoilers going up on Twitter within, if it goes up at 6:30, you see spoilers at 7:15.
Yeah,
already on Twitter. People posting screen grabs or posting quotes from the show that they think are it's someone who's watched the show will get it. But you read it and you're like, well, you spoiled something. Even if it's just a really innocuous kind of quote, it's spoiled something, right? And just kind of not used to that. I guess it's that's a new element to this whole communal watching thing, and I think that's again probably why Disney have avoided that with something as big as The Mandalorian. Someone will sit there and smash out a whole season in one sitting and then spoil it for
a whole lot
on the internet.
Yeah, that's the advantage to it.
Yeah. But I love it. I think it's great. Get to sit down on a Friday night, watch The Mandalorian, then watch a movie. So, again, of course, we record on a Friday. We've got Mandalorian tonight.
So we'll have our fish and chips for dinner and then...
Yeah. Some Mandalorian.
Well, hamburger and chips.
Yeah. Basically. Oh, yeah. Don't eat that fish anymore. You know what it's time for? Deadwood update.
Got the timing right now, haven't we?
You got the timing down. Of course, if you're listening, old mate Rick whips out his cowboy hat every time there's a Deadwood update.
Yep.
We watched
one episode this week again. It's just been pretty busy this week. And after last week's boring as batshit episode,
we
were sort of a bit hesitant to sort of go again. And we thought, no, we've got to get through it.
Do it. It's just like that, do we have to watch... After that last one, do we have to go again?
I was going to say, it was nowhere near as bad as that.
No, it was better.
That was a terrible episode.
Yeah.
Season 2, episode 7.
Yeah.
If you've watched it and you know what we're saying, tell us whether you think it was boring as we say it is.
Boring.
It was terrible.
Yeah. So anyway.
But this next episode, 8, was better.
Wasn't great. Wasn't the highest point of the show.
No,
it was still,
not at all.
It was more enjoyable and entertaining than the previous one. And our episode's still out of sync, by the way. Again, if you've been listening.
That was really bizarre because at points there, some points there, it was miles out.
Yeah.
Someone had finished talking and the next character was talking before he was even on screen.
Yeah.
It was that far out.
So bad.
And then other points
it's fine. Yeah.
It was fine.
But then some scenes you get one character's out of sync and the other character's not. The other character's in sync. God. It's so weird. Again, if you haven't been listening, there was some sort of pressing issue with the Australian Deadwood discs, and there's like audio issues galore on them. So we're watching Deadwood with like out of sync audio at the moment. We have the DVDs somewhere. We could put a DVD in, but
was it just season 2 or was it the whole?
Well, that first season had that weird echo. Remember in the background
as
well.
that was bizarre.
And then season 2 has it's all out of sync, and it also has that echo at points. I don't know about season 3. We'll find out soon enough.
Well, in about 5 weeks' time.
Yeah, when we eventually get there. We'll get through it. We
should smash the rest of this season out this week, I reckon.
Yeah.
Let's try and get 4 episodes out.
Well, all right, we'll try.
We'll try. So next week we'll be telling you we watch 1 episode again.
Yeah, exactly. We've got a lot of news at the moment, movie news and stuff today to pack into this show.
There's shitloads.
There's a lot, so we'll try and whiz through it all. We're already 40 minutes into the show. Unbelievable.
Oh, my God.
Disney Plus is celebrating 1 year of service. Been 1 year since Disney Plus launched, yeah. Well, we got it a little late in Australia.
I wouldn't. Well,
it launched in America first, and then it launched in Australia. Or did it launch in Australia at the same time?
I think it was around the same time.
Maybe it was. I can't remember because I was overseas at the time, so I didn't get to see it until I came home in December, or we didn't get Disney Plus until January or something. I don't
remember.
I don't remember either. But yeah, 1 year of service. On a year-end earning call, the CEO, Bob Chapek, he revealed that 73.7 million people have subscribed in the 1 year, which is
phenomenal,
enormous.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
They'd originally projected 60 to 90 million by 2024. They just fucking smashed that.
Smashed it in the first year.
Yeah, insane.
Wonder what they want. Oh, is that what it is currently? 73.7?
Yeah, this was only a couple of days ago they revealed it, yeah. The last thing that they'd revealed was like 60 million or something, which is a few months back.
My God.
And they
should have a little counter.
Yeah.
You know, like there's that app for YouTube.
Yeah.
Where you can watch people subscribing or unsubscribing.
Yeah.
They should have something like that so you can see how many people are subscribing to it.
That'd be great.
That'd be good.
Sit
there boring as batshit watching something like that. That'd be great fun.
But if you want to compare that to anything, if you look at NBC Peacock, which launched earlier this year in January, it's only got 22 million subscribers.
The power of Disney.
Exactly right. Netflix has more than 195 million, but they've been around for
years.
How long? Exactly.
I don't know, 4 or 5 years maybe?
Oh, longer.
Maybe?
Yeah, longer.
Wouldn't know.
Have to be around, I don't know. Ages.
No, I just pay for it.
Yeah, they were in America much longer than here. They started as a DVD hiring service.
Yeah, that's right.
You can hire the DVDs; they send it to you in the mail.
Because there used to be one at the supermarket. Remember?
Yeah.
There was a like a vending machine.
But was that a Blockbuster one? I think.
No, it was Netflix.
Oh, I don't ever remember.
Originally,
that
it was a
being
Netflix one.
I don't remember that.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Oh, well, anyway, we've had Netflix for a few years, but it's obviously been in service in America for much longer. Chapek also said in this earnings call that they were pleased with the results of Mulan as a Premier Access title.
Oh.
So we're getting a lot of really contradictory things on Mulan. Some people are saying it did really well. Other people are saying it didn't do well at all. It was a failure. He's given no numbers on how many people bought it, how much money they made on it, whatever. But apparently they will divulge more information on that in December. They have their Investor Day presentation every December. They get all their investors to come out and they have to release all the financial details and stuff. So December 10, I'll probably cover that on the channel because there's usually some interesting little announcements and stuff that come out. So I'll be doing some news and stuff on that, I'm sure. But yeah, we'll know more about that. And this comes as Mulan, again, we were talking last week, is now available on home media.
Yeah.
So it's released here, Australia, in the US. And last week we said we didn't know if it's coming out in the UK. Again, same deal with the UK. Emails came out from HMV 2 days before it was released. And Mulan's coming out pre-order now. So they dropped it in the UK really quickly. I should be getting...
So it's available now?
You can get it
now.
You
get it now.
Came out this week.
We don't have it
last
yet,
week.
do we?
No, I'm getting a copy... I think I'm getting a couple of copies from the States.
Okay. Oh, that's right.
The team in the US
in the
reached
US.
out and they said, we've got a copy, we've got standard editions, we've got steel books, do you want to review them? I said, yes, please. So they're sending them, but I don't think they sent them out yet. So I don't know when I'll get them, when I'll do a review, probably over the next couple of weeks whenever I get it. So I'm excited to get my hands on that.
Lucky boy.
Yeah, very lucky. we got more Disney Plus news. WandaVision finally has a release date. An EW article went out this week. It was a huge cover story on the show. A bunch of pictures came out. Really awesome cover, photo on the cover. That they didn't reveal a date. It was WandaVision coming soon. Everyone went, right? Because this whole time they've been saying December 2020, it's coming out. Even before the pandemic, it was supposed to be Black Widow, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Disney Plus, The Eternals, and then WandaVision. So all those three things have been pushed to next year. But we're still getting WandaVision. They're saying, December. Even when the trailer went out earlier, a couple of months back, December 2020. No date, though, just December. You go on Disney Plus, coming late 2020. And today, two or 3 days after this EW article, with the article, it was then coming soon. So everyone was a bit like, maybe it's not coming out this year. But now, like 2 days after the article went out, the magazine went out, they've announced January 15, 2021.
Yep. I read that on Empire, I think. Yeah, Empire magazine, maybe I read that.
Everyone's running with it this morning now. So that's exciting. It's next year now, but really it's not that much further than what it was supposed to be. If it's supposed to be like late January, the thought was that it was going to go out on Christmas Day on December 25.
That's right.
But they pushed it to the 15th, so like 2
weeks
later.
Is it worldwide on the 15th?
Yeah, worldwide, But the speculation is that they've pushed it because Soul got bumped to Christmas Day. It's supposed to open in cinemas, and they put that on Disney Plus, and they probably didn't want that conflict with the two titles. They wanted them both to have their own space to breathe. Are
we getting Soul here at the cinemas?
Yeah.
We are.
Oh, not in cinemas, no. It's going straight to Netflix, unfortunately. I'm trying to get a screener for that one. As far as I'm aware, screeners haven't gone out to Australian media just yet. The reviewers over in the US have got it and have watched it.
Oh, okay.
So I'm emailing, can I have a screener, please? Email Disney Plus, when's the screeners coming out? And they said, theatrical is actually handling that here. So had to go over to the theatrical team. That's Soul. And they're like, we'll put you on the list. When the screeners go out for Soul, you'll have one. So I'm looking forward to that. I don't know when I'll get it, but I'll be able to review it whenever I can, whenever I get that screen. I'm very excited for that. It'd be great if it opened in cinemas here. But unfortunately, it doesn't sound like it. A few revelations from the WandaVision article from EW. Won't spend too long on this, but there's a few interesting things in here. Of course, it's like some of the show is like designed like a sitcom. Yeah. Like a classic, like a 50s, Dick Van Dyke. Yeah. 50s, 60s, Dick Van Dyke, Bewitched, I Dream of Jeannie, that kind of program. And they revealed in this EW article that they actually filmed the episodes in they filmed them in black and white. So this is, as opposed to filming it in color and then color grading it to black and white later, they've actually used monochrome lenses for it. They filmed, it says that they filmed with period lenses and lighting to capture the dreamy vintage glow. So they've gone all out for this.
Awesome.
And they even brought in a live studio audience.
Well, the lighting's a lot easier.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Than what today's lighting is. Yeah. It's less complicated.
Yeah. But I just think that's like just that attention to detail, just using lenses and lighting is like period. That's so cool. And crew members even came in, dressed in 50s era clothing. They had like this whole sort of like, that
would have been a great vibe to be involved with.
And as I said, live studio audience came in to watch them film a couple of episodes.
God,
crazy,
fantastic!
So they've just gone all out for it. It's going to be really authentic, which is awesome. Apparently, they had to paint Paul Bettany in blue makeup because the regular colours didn't look right in grayscale.
Blue Man Group,
yeah. So he's usually got the purple and the grey or the green or whatever it is, and I had to paint him blue, so that it showed up better on those monochrome lenses, which is really awesome. The head writer on the show, Jack Schaefer, said the show's a love letter to the golden age of television. We're paying tribute and honouring all of these incredible shows and people that came before us. We're also trying to blaze new territory. They also filmed on the Warner Brothers lot, on one of their streets on the lot called Blondie Street, where they filmed Bewitched, Partridge Family, and Father Knows Best. So it's just going completely just all out. And
I'm really looking forward to this.
They've consulted with the master of the sitcom, one of my idols, one of my legends.
Adam Sandler?
No, not quite. Dick Van Dyke.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So they apparently had a meeting, like the writers and the director, the producer, Kevin Feige. They had a meeting with him at Disneyland and just like picked his brain about how to like make an authentic sitcom. And apparently Dick Van Dyke said his answer to the question of, how do you create like this authentic sitcom? Dick Van Dyke's answer was, if it couldn't happen in real life, it couldn't happen on the show. It's going to be a bit different with WandaVision because it's all about magic and stuff, but just like the whole idea about just real life situations, the kind of comedy, and like there's a lot of slapstick comedy and stuff in Dick Van Dyke's show, but it's stuff that's not too over the top and too crazy.
But that's the thing. He's right. I mean, if you look at those old, Dick Van Dyke and Mary Tyler Moore and all those, it's all believable.
Oh yeah, exactly. Right.
It's all believable that it can happen in life.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm so excited for this. It's going to be 6 hour-long episodes, not 6 hour-long episodes, 1 hour-long episodes, and they're describing it as 6 Marvel movies packed into a sitcom, like a multi-issue comic book run. And they're developing 7 other TV series at the moment, Marvel crazy. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki, Hawkeye, She-Hulk, Ms. Marvel, Moon Knight, and What If, which is an animated thing. But yeah, oh man, it just sounds so good. I'm so excited for this.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to seeing the black and white and how they've treated that and how true to the 50s, 60s it is.
It's going to be awesome. The EW article mentioned in there, because Falcon and the Winter Soldier was supposed to be the first one for Disney Plus, the first Marvel MCU show for Disney Plus, because that got pushed back because the rumor is it's got some sort of plot narrative connection to Black Widow. So they can't bring that out until Black Widow's come out.
Oh, okay.
So they reckon that's why it's all been pushed. But yeah, this EW article said it's fitting that a TV show about TV is the first to kick off the MCU TV side of the universe.
God.
So yeah, very cool. So I can't wait for that.
I'm really looking forward to that.
Cannot wait for that. Disney Plus, of course, again, January 15 next year. I'm so excited for that. I'm more excited for that.
Who else is looking forward to it? Let us know.
Yeah, exactly right. Email in, Twitter, whatever. Netflix, on the other hand, interesting, apparently launching a linear TV channel of scheduled programming of movies and television, Netflix movies and television, which you can stream on the service. It's going to be called Netflix Direct.
So just like a normal
TV
station.
But it's going to be on Netflix.
And it's going to be scheduled.
Yeah. So it's like a stream. Obviously, you go through a stream, but it's like watching a TV station.
Yeah, they're going to put ads on that too now.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's how you get your ads on Netflix now, isn't it?
Bugger that.
Apparently, they're test trying it in France because of, they said, the consumption of traditional TV there. Apparently, they just loved, France traditional television must still be quite large compared to other countries. It says many viewers like the idea of programming that doesn't quite require them to choose what they're going to watch. Because there's a lot of people who've been complaining about the lack of curation on Netflix, which makes it kind of hard to choose what to watch. I mean, I know we sometimes sit there and we spend half an hour to an hour before we decide what we're going to watch, right? And it's the same thing with our DVD, Blu-ray collection.
Get better though now.
Yeah, a little bit better now.
You'll think, oh, no, bugger, just put that on.
Yeah, that'll do.
We've got to watch it at some point.
Like the Queen's... I almost said Queen's Bandit. The Queen's Gambit is almost like, hey, just put that on, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of people don't like that lack of curation, as they've said. So they're trialing this thing where they'll obviously run TV shows, movies, and that'll be a new way to introduce people to new shows and stuff. People who don't necessarily want to sit there for an hour and try and choose what they want to watch.
Maybe they like that in France. Maybe they like the it's not discipline. The what do you call it? The routine. Maybe it suits their way of life. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
certainly doesn't suit us here.
So Netflix have said no way. Netflix have said whether you're lacking inspiration or whether you were discovering Netflix for the first time, you could let yourself be guided for the first time without having to choose a particular title and let yourself be surprised by the diversity of Netflix's library. Sounds quite interesting. So that's in France right now. They're testing that out. I believe it's like a soft launch, but then they'll do like a heavy launch at the end of the month. And then they're going to just start rolling it out throughout the rest of the world. So it's going to be interesting. Looking forward to checking that out. It probably won't be for us, but it'll be interesting to kind of see what they do with that anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Moving on to other news, Johnny Depp.
Oh, God, hasn't he gone off the rails?
I know. is crazy. Firstly, he lost his libel case against Newsgroup newspapers. He sued them in British courts in 2018 over a 2018 article in The Sun, which called him a wife beater because him and Amber Heard had an incredibly toxic relationship. And so they ran an article. They called him a wife beater. The judge dismissed it and said that what was printed was substantially true.
Oh, God.
Unbelievable. So Depp wants to appeal it. He put out a statement which called it a surreal judgment of the court. He said, I will not change my fight to tell the truth, and I confirm that I plan to appeal. My resolve remains strong, and I intend to prove that the allegations against me are false. My life and career will not be defined by this moment in time. Days later, he issued a statement which read in part, I wish to let you know that I've been asked to resign by Warner Brothers from my role as Grindelwald in Fantastic Beasts, and I have respected and agreed to that request. Warner Brothers quickly backed it up by saying Johnny Depp will depart the Fantastic Beasts franchise. We thank Johnny for his work on the films to date. Fantastic 3 is currently in production and the role of Gellert Grindelwald will be recast. The film will debut in theatres worldwide in the summer of 2022. Now, his casting has been very controversial since the beginning.
I would love to have been a fly on the wall in that conversation.
Oh, my Lord. Oh, I don't think Depp would have taken that very well at all.
I don't know. I reckon he might have.
You reckon? Or you reckon he's just kind of just
I reckon he might have just gone, my God, right, okay.
Yeah, just one thing I don't have to worry about now. Yeah,
maybe. I reckon.
His casting's been controversial since the first movie. Now, you haven't watched the Fantastic Beasts.
No.
First film, Colin Farrell played Grindelwald, but because he can do like shape-shifting and can take on different like appearances and shit. So Colin Farrell played Grindelwald, and then the very last scene, he reveals himself as Johnny Depp.
Oh, God.
And they announce, yes, Johnny Depp's going to be playing Grindelwald in his natural form in the next film. And there was an outcry then, which was like, how are you hiring this guy? Because all this stuff with Amber Heard was still quite fresh. All these allegations and things that were going on was still very fresh. And everyone's like, how the hell have you chosen this guy to run your franchise? You're going to run it into the ground. J.K. Rowling, who's also been under a lot of controversy lately because she's been making some really stupid statements on Twitter, which have been very like transphobic and just really digging herself a hole as well. Diverted a whole lot of the fan base away from her, rightly so. But she's stuck by her guns with the Johnny Depp casting this whole time. Yeah, Johnny Depp is the right. She said in 2017, based on our understanding of the circumstances, the filmmakers and I are not only comfortable sticking with our original casting, but genuinely happy to have Johnny playing a major character in the movies.
Wonder if she still thinks the same now.
Yeah, gosh, who knows? They're just all.
And if she does, she should keep her opinion to herself.
I reckon so. Well, she, like I'm saying, some of this shit she's posting on Twitter at the moment is just, it's really bad stuff.
I mean, if you are homophobic or transphobic, just keep it to yourself.
Exactly right. I mean...
Oh, my God, people...
But she's been, like, really adamant. Like, people have been at her, like, you can't be saying stuff like this. What are you doing, And she's like, no, these are my opinions and whatever. Just someone just really stubborn about it all. And it's really terrible to see. It's just like, just shut your mouth. Just shut your mouth sort of thing,
People with too much money think they got too much power.
Exactly right. That's exactly it. Will this kill Johnny Depp's career is the big question.
No, of course not. Look at Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
All the trouble he had, 15, 20 years ago.
Went to jail.
Yeah, all that sort of stuff. And look at him now.
Yeah. But is this physical assault and all that kind of thing is a little bit different?
Maybe
than substance abuse. It's, Mel Gibson, though, still has a career at the moment, who's been, again, allegedly involved with really sort of, I'm not going to speak out of turn, just dodgy shit. He's been very controversial, to put it lightly, and he's still getting work at the moment.
Yeah, because he pays for it himself. Probably.
Yeah. So is Johnny Depp going to be the same sort of person that then
Tom
goes
Cruise
and funds
had to
his
do
own
the
things?
same.
Yeah, well, Tom Cruise wasn't down that kind of
not down that sort of route,
but he just a different sort of off the rails sort of moment
because he just lost popularity because of his
and had to fund his own
fund his own stuff. So maybe he'll have to do the same.
Who knows? I don't. But will people accept him back?
But then he strikes me as the sort of character that if he can't clear this up, and prove that it's all false allegations and whatever, I could see he would just fade off into the background.
He's always struck me. He's someone who doesn't watch his own films. He'll never go to the premiere of his, or he'll go to the premiere and then
walk out before it starts.
So I feel like he's someone that just wants that privacy, and I feel like if this doesn't go away, he'll just disappear.
Yeah, he's got enough money to live the rest of his life.
Exactly right. So he's kind of already unofficially been sacked from the Pirates films. Disney haven't really come out and said, he's sacked or whatever.
That's not a bad thing.
Well, he's been shit in those movies recently. They've got 2 reboots in the work at the moment, which he's not set to star in. One with Margot Robbie and one with Karen Gillan. They haven't really said much about them. But so there's 2 reboots, female-led Pirates films, and Depp isn't part of them. I don't know. Look, my thought is the Fantastic Beast films were shit. First one was all right. Second one was really bad. I saw it in the cinemas.
So it's not worth me watching them?
Not even worth watching.
Okay, good.
It's crap. You would not like him.
Probably not.
And Johnny Depp is just insufferable in them. His acting has been... I love Johnny Depp.
Playing Johnny Depp.
I would say Johnny Depp as Johnny Depp playing Johnny Depp as Johnny Depp, right?
Yeah.
So he's just playing himself, playing a character, playing himself, right? He's been I haven't enjoyed a performance from Johnny Depp for years because he just does the same old shit over and over again. He struck lightning with Jack Sparrow, and then all of a sudden every single performance is Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow. Tonto in The Lone Ranger was a Native American version of Jack Sparrow. Yeah. And then you had like all these weird Tim Burton shit. He's done Dark Shadows, and then
Chocolate
Factory. Yeah, there's like a Jack Sparrow version of Willy Wonka. Everything's been the same performance. It's like frustrating. And I found in the last 2 Pirates films that his performance of Jack Sparrow almost became an imitation of his performance as Jack Sparrow. It just wasn't that natural sort of flow anymore. It was just almost like it was just really forced, and he's just trying to... So for me, I feel like these movies can survive without him. They've got that...
They'll probably flourish.
I think so. And they'll find that easy way out by just recasting him with someone and making him shapeshift into someone else.
Yeah.
Because of the nature of the character.
Yeah.
They're looking for people. The first thought everyone went to is Colin Farrell is going to come back. Apparently, he's absolutely booked at the moment and can't come back for the film. But so they're looking at Mads Mikkelsen is rumored to be in early talks.
Mads Mikkelsen, where do I know him from?
He was the villain in Doctor Strange.
Oh, okay.
And he was in the Hannibal series. We didn't watch it, but he played Hannibal in the series. Great actor. I reckon he'd be fantastic. Brilliant. I've seen people saying this should have been the choice from the beginning.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp.
That's often the case, though.
Yeah. Well,
they get the third person down the line and think, why didn't they book him first?
Yeah, exactly. But I feel like it's going to be a different situation to like the Marvel films where they recast Bruce Banner or they recast Rhodey with a different actor. And I feel like they've got that easy way out, shapeshift, whatever. I think it will, like you said, will flourish without Johnny Depp because his performance in the last movie was it's what, to me, is what made that movie so shit.
And Pirates are all done now?
No, because they did the 5 films, and the 5th one kind of, the 5th one rounded out really well, but they're rebooting it or reviving it. There's 2 different versions on the table, one with Margot Robbie and one with Karen Gillan.
Yeah.
As I said before, and Johnny Depp's not involved in those. So
he won't be now.
Disney sort of cut him at the,
chop him off at the knees.
Chop him off at the knees like straight away. Before, like just unofficially. Didn't even have to put out a thing saying Johnny Depp will not return. It's just like, all right, we've got a couple more Pirates films and Johnny Depp's not going to be in them.
Because I thought the last couple of Pirates films, his performance was just...
It's just like, the films are okay,
but
him in them, again, as I said, he's just imitating his
Pirates character from the first film.
And that original performance is terrific.
Yeah.
Like that original, the original film, even the sequels were great, but his performance just got more and more lazy and more like an imitation of just trying to recapture that lightning in the bottle. But anyway, so that's The Fantastic Beasts. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with the third one. I'll go and see it. We'll check it out when it comes out. It's going to come out next year, I think. 2022. Yeah, summer 2022. So that'll be interesting to take a look at. Jurassic World Dominion, the third Jurassic World film, the sixth Jurassic Park film in total. This has been on again, off again, on again, off again because of COVID. They were filming before COVID. They had to cancel it because of COVID. They went into production. Someone on the crew got COVID. They had to close down for a couple of weeks. They reopened back up, and then they closed down again. And now they reopen again, and they've finally finished shooting the film. It's supposed to be released 2021 in June, but now they've delayed it to 2022 in June. Bryce Dallas Howard got a haircut because of it, because she's you see this a lot in films where someone has been in one role for a long time, and they contractually not allowed to cut their hair, to colour their hair, to get a new hairstyle. Emma Watson, who did those Harry Potter films for like over a decade, they had to have that really long, bushy, dark brown, hair for many, many years. And as soon as they finished that, she got like one of those pixie haircuts, really short haircut, and dyed it blonde, and was like, finally, I don't have to have this really long hair. So Bryce Dallas Howard's done a really similar thing. She's gone with like a kind of really frizzy haircut with pink. She's dyed it blonde with pink tips and stuff. Okay. Looks really great. But of course she had like that sort of red bob kind of haircut they've been filming. The first one was started filming in 2014. So it's a long time to have that same haircut and just not be able to change and not be able to, have that control over essentially your own body, really. That's quite interesting. But so that's closed. She said it's a closing of one chapter, starting of another. So that's finally wrapped production, and will open in June 2020. I don't know. I didn't like the last one. I'm looking forward to this one because of the ideas that the last one set up.
The last one was just
trash. It was awful.
It was trash.
I didn't like it.
No, not at all. I didn't enjoy it at all.
Haven't revisited it. Probably won't. I might again before the next one, but yeah.
Watching it by yourself.
Yeah, I'm sure I will. Liam Neeson is filming a movie at the moment.
Yep.
In Melbourne.
In Melbourne, back down here.
Yeah. Very cool. It's part of this Victorian government grant. The government has blasted $33.8 million into the film industry in an attempt to launch the TV and video game, the video game industry as well. So they're trying to launch the TV and video game back in after COVID. The film stars Liam Neeson and Guy Pearce, who's a local.
Fabulous actor.
Love Guy Pearce.
I think he's a Melbourne boy.
Is he?
Yeah, I think
because they shot all those Jack. What's it called?
Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan. No, not Jack Ryan. Jack Reacher. No, Jack Reacher is Tom Cruise. What's it called?
What the hell was it? Oh, let's have a look now. Come back to it.
They're really good though. Jack something or other. Really great series of Australian films, all filmed around Melbourne. Brilliant. It's going to employ 340 local crew, 825 casuals, cast and extras, and 50 local post-production, digital and visual effects artists, 30 Victorian businesses from catering to transport.
Jack Irish.
Jack Irish, yeah. Jack Ryan, Jack Irish, Jack Reacher, jeez. So he flew here from overseas and spent 2 weeks in hotel quarantine in Sydney and then flew to Melbourne. Obviously, because of COVID, you've still got to do the hotel quarantine here.
Yeah, and we're still not receiving internationals in Melbourne.
Yeah, all the borders, international borders are locked.
Kiwis. I think we're receiving Kiwis.
Yeah, there's like a travel bubble between us and New Zealand, yeah. They've been filming all around Melbourne, apparently, including Noble Park. Parts of...
hope they have the doors locked when they...
Oh, dear me. Sorry if anyone out there is listening in Noble Park. Parts of Melbourne have been transformed to look like Washington, D.C. Producer Paul Curry says Melbourne can double as anywhere because of our diverse landscape. I don't know if I could say that. But yeah, they're filming. I saw like the set they built. It's like an old shack. It's got like... old, what do you call them? Those flags from the South. The Confederate flags hanging off this building. The film's about a troubled, off-the-books fixer for the FBI, tasked with pulling undercover agents out of dangerous situations. It's written and directed by Mark Williams, who co-created Netflix's Ozark, which you loved.
Yep. I enjoyed that.
Boring.
I still didn't finish it, though.
Yeah, well, we haven't watched the second season yet.
Yeah.
You watch one season. I watched the whole season. I just thought it was a bit boring. It's director. This guy, Mark Williams, also directed Liam Neeson's latest film, Honest Thief. Don't really know much about that. But they apparently chose to film here because of our successful handling of the coronavirus crisis.
Woohoo!
So it's pretty good.
Good on you, Dan.
Yeah. So it's going to jumpstart the Victorian film industry, which is great. As I said, it's part of like a $33.8 million package that the government's thrown into the arts. Business News Australia says there'll be additionally as part of this, $4.7 million will go into the development and production of local content across film, television, online and games. $8.6 million to continue Film Victoria's local production investment and industry and skills development programs. And that's on top of Film Victoria's ongoing operational funding. And a further $1.3 million will be used to create a trade and technical hub close to the new Docklands studios in Melbourne, which is currently under construction. It's going to be very exciting. Yeah, they're building
new ones. Well, they've got the big studios down there anyway.
Building new ones specifically, like state of the art.
Really?
Yeah,
because they were fantastic studios down there.
Yeah, but they only get used for TV now.
Yeah,
and it's all outdated now. So they're building new ones, and I think they're going to be implementing all that kind of screen technology and shit.
Oh, awesome.
So that's going to be very good. So this film, which again is called Blacklight, will be opening late 2021.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Look forward to that.
A lot of new movies have been announced this week. We'll try and power through these. So many this last week, right? Dwayne Johnson wants to develop a Scorpion King reboot.
Oh, God.
Right?
Here we go again.
Him and Universal Pictures want to reboot Scorpion King. He's apparently booked until 2022. He currently has 7 films in active or pre-production, so they're looking for a new actor. So this is like 7 films that he's starring in production at the moment. In addition to who knows how many other films he's producing or whatever. So he won't be starring it. They're looking for they're looking for a new actor. They haven't flagged anyone for it just yet. It's going to come from the.
They won't find anyone his size.
No way. Dave Bautista maybe is like the only.
He's nowhere near the size of
Yeah.
Dwayne at the moment. My God, he's big.
The writer of Straight Outta Compton, Jonathan Herman, will write it. I don't know why they're doing this.
Scorpion King was crap.
Yeah.
I don't know why they'd want to go back there.
I don't know. It was I think they did 3 of them, and 2 of them were straight to video films.
Yeah.
Or straight to DVD.
Yeah. That's right.
They didn't even have him. I think Ron Perlman did 1 or 2 of them. So
really?
just like bottom of the barrel, straight to DVD films. And the first one wasn't even really that good, right?
Because that was sort of a spin-off of The Mummy, wasn't it?
That was a spin-off of The Mummy, because his character was in The Mummy 2, and then they spun off as like a prequel, The Scorpion King. But like they rebooted The Mummy recently, and it was trash.
Yeah.
That killed the Monster Universe thing that they were trying to do at Universal. Yep. So why are they now rebooting Scorpion King?
Try and reignite it.
The Rock says, Dwayne Johnson says, Scorpion King was my very first role ever on the silver screen. I'm honoured and excited to reimagine and deliver this cool mythology to a whole new generation. I wouldn't have had the career I'm lucky to have had it not been for the Scorpion King. I'm thrilled that we at $7 Productions can help create those same opportunities for other hardworking actors today. So, I don't know. He's something he's passionate about, means something to him. Whether people will flock to it, I don't know.
They will, because people love The Rock.
But he's not in it.
Oh, yeah, it's true. Maybe because his name's attached to it, they will. Who knows?
Who knows? I'm sure there's some fan base to it.
Oh,
I mean,
sure.
it warranted 2 straight-to-DVD films, so, you know. They've announced a 3rd Quiet Place film, but it's not like a direct sequel. It's like... They've said it's set within the universe. That tells me it's going to be like a spin-off sort of thing.
Set in a different city and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I guess it's probably like what they're doing with the Conjuring films. You have the main Conjuring, and then you've got Annabelle, the Nun,
From what I've read, it sort of runs at the same time as the other films, but in a different city.
Yeah, right.
All that sort of stuff. So who knows?
John Krasinski, who wrote, directed, and starred in the first 2, he won't be in it. He won't write it. He won't direct it. It's being directed by Jeff Nichols, written and directed by Jeff Nichols, who did Mud and Midnight Special, which are both fairly decent films. But apparently it's based on an original idea from John Krasinski. So it's still come from the same mind. And Krasinski does actually have plans to do a 3rd Quiet Place 3.
Oh, okay.
So, of course, Quiet Place 2 was supposed to open early this year has been trashed until like next year or whenever. So yeah, that'll be interesting. So we could have this spin-off. Apparently it's going to come out 2022. That'll probably come out before A Quiet Place 3 comes out.
Well, I haven't seen the first one yet.
No, you haven't?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
I watched it.
I need to watch it.
I watched it with Alicia overseas.
You're overseas.
Yeah, it's really good. I'll watch it again.
I've got it.
Yeah, we've got it there.
Got it.
We'll watch it. But yeah, we were like this close to seeing the second one. We had the tickets ready, screen it ready to go, and then COVID.
Yep.
No, not coming out now. Damn. Bugger. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Another
Jared Butler.
Yeah, another franchise one.
Has fallen.
Yeah.
Jared Butler has fallen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting, this one.
Yeah, he's fallen into a franchise.
Yeah.
He's just spawned off the back of a film that I wouldn't have guessed that they'd build a franchise out of.
No, exactly right. Was that Olympus, wasn't it? The first one?
Olympus Has Fallen, was the first one.
That was the first one.
London Has Fallen was the second. Angel Has Fallen was the third. And now they're doing, what was it called?
Night
Has Fallen. Yeah.
So he brings back his character Mike Banning.
Yeah.
So that might be interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I enjoyed the others. I don't think I've seen Angel though.
I think we only watched one of them.
I
don't remember watching London.
I think I've seen London Has Fallen and Olympus.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
I don't think we have it. I don't even know if we have it. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I've seen it.
I think maybe because they did another one around the same time that was like
was that other
with Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
It was like the same story.
Yeah, that's right.
Jeez, you feel bad if you run that one. This other one's gone off with the franchise. So Rick Roman Waugh, who directed Angel and co-wrote Angel, is set to direct again, and he's co-written it again with Robert Mark Carmen, who he co-wrote Angel Has Fallen with. They're apparently going to do 2 more movies, so that will take us to 6 films.
Yep.
And they're also considering TV spin-offs.
What do they think? They're Marvel, do they?
Oh man, it's just everything's franchise now. Actually, I didn't write this in here. I hadn't planned on talking about this, but there was something came out the other day that said insiders have been saying that Netflix are no longer interested in picking up like prestige dramas, original dramas, and they're focusing now on franchises. Because they've done a series based on, I can't remember what it was, some game. They were doing a series based on a game. There's like an Assassin's Creed thing being done for one of the streaming service. Might be Netflix. I don't think it is. But you've got the Lord of the Rings series going to HBO Max. You've got Disney. You've got all the Marvel and Star Wars shows. So now the big thing for streaming is franchises.
So that's what set them apart, though, was all that.
Oh, yeah. Queen's Gambit.
Yeah, exactly right.
Man, just great shows that come out of nowhere. The Crown.
Exactly.
Glow. You haven't watched.
Although Crown's a bit of a franchise. It's, 4th season or something?
Yeah, but would you consider a franchise? I don't know.
Maybe they're considering that as a franchise because it's more than one season. Is it going to produce single season or...
That's sad.
They're still doing movies, though?
Netflix, always. But I don't know if they do a lot of their own stuff now. I think they just buy them out. Occasionally you'll hear that Netflix has paid for a film like Extraction where they put up the money for it or whatever. But usually I think it's just stuff they've acquired. Anyway, that's what's happening with Netflix apparently. Welcome to the new age. So the streaming wars have now kicked off bloody franchises on TV now. Exactly. Can't escape them at the cinemas and now you're not going to be able to escape them on telly. We're getting that third Fallen film, and that's just everything. Not everything has to be a franchise. Here's an original film, though. Actually, no, this isn't even an original film. It's a remake.
It's a remake of a Korean. It's a Korean film.
No, it's a Vietnamese film.
Vietnamese. Saigon, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, Saigon Bodyguards. So they're remaking Saigon Bodyguards. Joe and Anthony Russo, who did the last couple of Avengers films and Captain America: Civil War. They're producing it. There's no director attached, but it's written by newcomer Alex Gregory and Peter Hyuk of What Men Want. But he also, don't scoff. He's also done a few episodes of Veep.
That's good. I enjoyed
it. King of the Hill, Frasier. He was also a long-time staff writer on Late Show with David Letterman. So he's got some good stuff under his wing. So that could be interesting. It's going to star Chris Pratt alongside Wu Ying. And it's the original film centered on 2 professional bodyguards who let their most important asset slip away. Yeah.
Sounds all right.
Yeah. Deadline says that the two will play, they'll pay two pals. One is a straight arrow and the other's a doof.
I wonder which one's the doof. Yeah. Chris Pratt,
for sure. So that'll be interesting. Saigon Bodyguard. I don't know if that's going to Netflix or cinemas or anything like that. Oh, that sounds quite interesting. It's going to be like an action comedy sort of thing.
I think they're in production March or something like that.
Something like that, real quick. Yeah. The Russo brothers have Russo brothers have a lot of films in production at the moment, like heaps. They've directed another one called Cherry or something. But there's one they've just dropped a trailer for on Netflix, which is coming out this Thursday, November 26th. It's called Mosul. It's a foreign language film. It describes a propulsive action thriller focusing on brave men who fight to take back control of their homes, family, and city from ISIS. Written and directed by Matthew Michael Carnahan, the writer of World War Z, The Kingdom, 21 Bridges, which was also produced by the Russos. We watched that a couple of weeks ago. He also did Deepwater Horizon, Dark Waters. This is directorial debut, though. They released a trailer this afternoon, which looked really good.
Yeah, doesn't it? Does look good. It's a foreign language film. And I actually didn't mind it. I'm not a huge fan of foreign language films because I couldn't be bothered reading the too lazy to read the titles. Yeah. But that looks really good.
Really looking forward to that. Yeah, another Michael Bay film, right? He's of course, a couple of weeks ago we were talking about his upcoming COVID apocalyptic drama Songbird, which is coming out soon. He's apparently picked his next film to direct. It's going to be called Ambulance. With Jake Gyllenhaal tapped to star. He's apparently fast-tracking the project. He wants to get this going. It's been described as a highly coveted project, the script's been floating around for years, but they've been unable to lock in a director. So Michael Bay, of course, has come in and gone, I'll take that.
Sounds like just another Speed.
Well, that's what they're saying. It's described as like it's like a mix between Speed and Bad Boys.
Oh God!
Like an action thriller kind of thing, like 90s action thriller.
It's got disaster written all over it.
Yeah. A synopsis from 2017 reads: a vet just back from Afghanistan is drawn by his brother into a bank robbery in downtown LA. When the robbery goes horribly wrong, the brother takes hostages and hijacks an ambulance. As the situation escalates, old wounds reopen in the relationship between the brothers as they fight to survive what seems like an impossible situation. It's actually it's a remake. It's another fucking remake.
Yeah, but from what I read is there's a paramedic and a patient in the ambulance as well.
Oh yeah, so it's like Speed.
Yeah, exactly right.
It's just Speed, but in an ambulance, and it's a remake. It's a remake of a Danish film called Ambulancen, which is obviously Danish for ambulance.
Original.
And it's being written by Chris Fedak, who's mostly done TV, like Chuck, Legends of Tomorrow, Deception, and Prodigal Son. Universal Pictures, there's no distribution deal at the moment, but apparently Universal Pictures are looking to pick it up and send it to cinemas.
I like Jake Gyllenhaal. Yeah. Hope it's good, but it just has disaster written all over it to me.
It's Michael Bay. Some of his early films are good, but a lot of his more recent stuff has just been
rehashed trash.
Yeah. We got another couple of movies that have been announced. We'll smash through these ones. Miles Teller, Shailene Woodley, and William Hurt are going to be in a political satire called The Fence. Deadline calls it a fun premise which sees two liberal newlyweds increasingly at odds with their ultra-conservative ex-Marine neighbour over a 9-foot-tall fence that he insists on building to keep his home safe from potential terrorists.
This sounds like a bit of fun.
It does, yeah.
It does sound... Miles Teller's fantastic. So is Shailene Woodley.
Yeah, well, they were both in that one we watched last weekend, the Spectacular Now. They're both really good together.
Yeah, no, it's looks like that'll be a bit of fun. That
it's directed by a Icelandic director, Grimur Hakonarsson. Apologies if I pronounce that wrong.
You're trying to pronounce them.
Yeah, it's his first English language film, so it could be interesting. Looking forward to that. News of the World, the Tom Hanks movie. We've spoken about this before. This is that film where he plays a Civil War veteran who agrees to deliver a girl to her aunt and uncle against her will. They have to travel like hundreds of miles and face grave dangers along the way. There's a trailer for this. Looks fantastic. Really great film. It reunites Tom Hanks with Paul Greengrass, who did Captain Phillips. They did Captain Phillips together. It's going to cinemas in the US on Christmas Day, but Netflix, and it'll have a video on demand release on like 17 days after that, so early next year. But it will get an international release on Netflix. So we'll get set on Netflix, which would be awesome. I think that's supposed to be like soon. Another film coming out soon is called Dangerous. Mel Gibson. He's still getting work somehow, right?
Still paying for work.
Still going through.
Paying to give himself work.
Well, you don't know that for sure.
No.
Making a joke. You don't want to get involved in a...
Oh, well.
But yeah, Mel Gibson is in this film. It's also got Scott Eastwood.
Scott Eastwood.
Yeah, he's quite good. Tyrese Gibson.
It's good.
Famke Janssen.
Don't know who that is.
You know who she is. You'll recognise her. She won in... I can't remember. But you'll know her. And it's also got Kevin Durand as well. It's directed by Saw 5's David Hackle. Eastwood will play. Eastwood will play a. Yeah, she's one.
X-Men.
X-Men. Oh, of course.
X-Men.
Yeah. She played Jean Grey in the X-Men films. Yeah. Eastwood plays a reformed sociopath who, after the death of his brother, heads to a remote island which soon falls under siege from a deadly gang of mercenaries. Forced to fend for himself, he discovers their role in his brother's demise and sets off on a relentless quest for vengeance.
Just another Gibson film.
Yeah.
Action film.
Yeah. It's going to go bloody to Netflix or something.
I'm not gonna,
rush
bust
out
my balls.
No.
Go see that one, let me tell you.
We've got one more that's been announced this week. It's called Damsel, starring Millie Bobby Brown. Millie Bobby Brown. It's getting to that point.
With a mouthful?
We're almost at an hour and a half now.
Sure.
So I'm getting... Millie Bobby Brown is going to be in a new film called Damsel. Mind you, she's only 16 years old and she's going to be executive producing the film as well, which is insane, right?
Yeah, that's how they got her to get on board. Give her an executive producer's title.
Yeah. Well, she's got a good relationship with Netflix. She's just done Enola Holmes with them. Apparently it was a huge success. 76 million people watched it in 28 days.
Wow.
It's a fantasy film. It's called Damsel, as I said. It will see Brown play Princess Alady, who thinks she's marrying Prince Henry but is really being sacrificed to a dragon.
Not my sort of film.
No.
That's a fantasy. It's not my sort of thing.
It's directed by Juan Carlos Fresnadillo, who did 28 Weeks Later, and is currently working on The Sword in the Stone for Disney+.
It's one for your mother.
Yeah, she'll love it.
She'll enjoy it.
It's written by Dan Mazzau, who did Wrath of the Titans. So there's a lot of stuff coming out. It's all just announced this week, which is absolutely crazy. And it's almost going to throw us a little bit over time.
Do you want to do a few quick questions?
Let's get into the subscriber and viewer questions.
Okay, Dave's mate again, Lockie Della. My God.
All-round idiot.
Favorite, he wants to know what your favourite movie involving a plane is. For me, there's only one. It's Top Gun.
Top Gun, yeah.
Great film.
Well, first thing came to my mind was Planes, Trains and Automobiles.
Oh, yeah, great.
Yeah.
Love it.
Steve Martin, John Candy, just great. Classic comedy. It's funny because he said to me, you'll be surprised how many movies involve a plane or are set on a plane. I thought, yeah.
Well, I looked at one list and there was 138 films.
On IMDb. Well, we pulled up a few that we thought were good. Con Air.
That's a good film.
Yeah, great film.
Memphis Belle's one of my favourite films.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant film.
I watched it not long ago. It was really good. Air Force One.
Yeah, good.
Harrison Ford. Yeah.
Yeah. Terminal with Tom Hanks. That's a great film.
Brilliant. Die Hard 2, which is Die Hard.
One of your favourites?
Yeah, it's Die Hard 1, but instead of in a building, it's a plane. It's at the airport.
That's right.
Yeah.
Catch Me If You Can.
Great film.
Flight of the Phoenix.
Yeah.
Flying High or Airplane.
Airplane in the States.
That's the first one I thought of.
Yeah. Up in the Air, which was that George Clooney one.
Yeah, that's a really good film. I really enjoyed that.
Passenger 57, Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
Great film.
Bit crap, but good fun action film.
Fun action flick from the 90s, yeah.
Sully.
Yep.
Flight.
Yep.
Non-stop with Neeson.
Yeah.
And this piece of trash.
You have to mention this one.
Snakes on a Plane. Yeah. That's for you, Della.
Yeah, he loves that one. We saw that. We spoke about this last week.
Yeah.
We saw that because they wouldn't let us go and see Miami Vice.
That's right. Yeah.
We were too young. US Marshals. It has like a massive plane crash sequence at the beginning of it.
And one that's probably one of my youngest brother's one of his favourite films, Disney's Planes.
Planes, yeah. It was like a Cars spin-off.
Cars spin-off of Planes,
Oh, my gosh. Myself and my two mates, actually, Wacko Jacko and Tim, we saw that in a cinema. And it was like, actually the first one, myself and Wacko Jacko, we saw it in gold class. Obviously, Disney, because Disney, obviously, they knew they weren't going to pack out a whole cinema of people to go and see Disney's Planes. So they did a screening in gold class, right? So I was like, yeah, I'm going to go see it in gold class. So I put my name down, and we were the only two in there. I think there was one other guy sitting behind us.
Oh, my God.
And then the second time...
That's funny.
Second time, myself, Wacko Jacko, and Tim went and saw it. And there's this cinema here in Melbourne that has like this weird little like room behind a glass window. Ooh, it's almost like
creepy.
It's like a viewing room. I think it's supposed to be like a mother's room, so the mothers can go in there, have some quiet and feed the baby or whatever. But we're just sitting in there by ourselves, like chilling. Then halfway through the movie, someone comes in with a baby. The baby's screaming the whole movie. And I'm like, getting so annoyed. That happened to us twice because then we saw Zootopia, I think, at the same cinema. And we went behind the screen and we got annoyed by a baby. Anyway,
let's move on.
Yeah.
Anthony Fisher is a Patreon. A bit of a tricky one for you. Can you pick up any 5 delayed 2020 movies on physical media today? However, the rest get lost to history. Which ones are you picking up?
Oh, jeez. Black Widow's got to be number 1.
Mm-hmm.
The Eternals is the 2 Marvel films.
Yep.
Quiet Place 2.
Yep.
Which I was very much looking forward to. Wonder Woman, 1984.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, what's the 5th one?
I have no idea.
I don't know. They're the 4. They're the
Soul.
4 big ones. Oh. No, because we're getting Soul next month.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's true.
Jungle Cruise. That one with The Rock that's been delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed. They're the ones I'm really excited for. I don't care about the rest.
Move on. Lightning Electra. I just started to study animation, and while I was learning to my animation history test, I was learning to my animation. That doesn't make sense.
Learning for probably.
Your evolution videos were very helpful and fun.
Right.
I have only one question in mind. Who do you like more, Oswald or Lucky Rabbit or Mickey?
Oh, well, firstly, thank you very much. I always want my evolution videos to be both
educational
and entertaining as well. So that's great to hear. It's got to be Mickey Mouse.
Oh, of course,
got to be Mickey
Has
Mouse.
to be.
I love some Mickey.
Has to be. James Lorna. Have you ever had any acting experience, been in any movies, stage, TV?
No, not really. I did drama at high school. I did drama with the Australian drama, whatever the hell it was called, when I was very young.
And get on to Silicon Valley.
Well, I did my TV series on, what do you call it? A local community
TV. Is that up on Netflix, on YouTube or anything?
I don't know. I think most of it's. I think it is. I don't know.
You haven't put any of it up, no?
No, I'm not sure. I don't know if it's still there because it was on the Channel 31 web. I can't even remember. Anyway, I had that Channel 31 show, and that's it. But that was that was an independent thing which we funded ourselves, so it wasn't really. And
just some little movies you made for yourself for college and all that sort of stuff. Blankness. Why are you affiliated with the colours yellow and blue? I've seen you use them a lot on your channel.
Well, this is good because you got to pick something that's like recognizable for your brand.
Yep.
So that someone sees it and they know instantly that's Dave Lee Down Under's video.
Yeah.
So it's good. That's very astute that someone has noted yellow and blue. Well, that must be Dave Lee Down Under. But naturally, yellow and blue are just bright colours.
There's your bright colours. Get your attention.
Get attention and click on that. Yeah.
Gary Leidman.
Yep.
Favourite Ozploitation movie?
Oh, yeah. It has to be Mad Max.
Oh, yeah.
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 Or if you're talking...
or Barry McKenzie.
If you're talking about like comedy, yeah.
Yeah. Or Elven Purple.
Elven Purple, yeah.
God,
unbelievable.
That was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, very... You wouldn't get away with that now.
No
that
way.
Film.
No way.
Joshua Sablin.
Yep.
Sablin?
Yeah.
Sorry, Josh. Is there a movie or show you just cannot get into no matter how hard you try? For him, it's Star Trek.
Well, Star Trek's probably one for me. It's something I've wanted to get into, but it's a struggle. for me. I enjoyed like the original series with Shatner and Leonard Nimoy. It's fun, but I just can't get into like a routine of like watching it properly. I wanted to sit and watch like all the Star Trek series, and it just didn't happen. But one is Seinfeld. Everyone loves Seinfeld. I'm a big sitcom fan. I love my sitcoms. I love 90s sitcoms. Friends, Frasier, King of Queens, Malcolm in the Middle. All these great sitcoms that come out of like the 90s, 2000s. I love Seinfeld. I just can't get into it.
I'm the same. I just don't get it. I just don't.
No.
I never have been able to, but I love Jerry Seinfeld.
He's great, yeah.
With his coffee, what is it called?
Cars, getting comedians in cars?
Yeah, getting coffee. Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah. And I've seen a completely different side of the guy and think, geez, I could really get into him. But I just can't get into his show.
Something about Seinfeld. I've tried and I've tried. I just don't get it. Just try to don't get it.
It's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's for me. Johnny Marrero, how do you feel about the upcoming DuckTales Disney Afternooniverse? Is that what it's called? An Afternooniverse?
Well, yeah, because it's like the Disney afternoon programs, I guess.
And possible spin-offs as well as the upcoming SpongeBob SquarePants universe.
I don't know. It's nothing that I really watch like religiously, so just great.
Good. The other, just going back. Sorry, just going back to Joshua's question. One for me is what's it called? Animated series. Cartman and
South Park.
South Park. I love the humour of it, but I can't watch it.
Yeah, I'm the same. I don't
know. I think it's just the animation. It doesn't gel with me, but I love the humour of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. There you go. So how do I feel about them? Great for people who love them. DuckTales, SpongeBob, whatever. Yeah.
That's all.
That's it.
That's all you got.
Well, actually, I have one more. That was like a last-minute question here from Javier Acevedo. He says, do you think we'll get an Alien 4K collection from Disney 20th Century Studios, or do you think distribution companies will release one instead? Thank you, Dave, and keep being amazing. Thank you, Javier. No. Well, if we are to believe industry chatter that's going on at the moment, Disney are like not doing any more 4K back catalogue releases from their back catalogue or 20th Century Fox. So I don't think there'll be Alien on 4K, unfortunately. Well, they did the first movie, but I don't think we'll get a collection. And 20th Century Fox, I feel like they're not going to handball either Disney or the Fox titles. I don't think they'll give them to distribution companies to release, because the whole idea of Disney Plus is to have their entire back catalogue housed in one place. Like Disney Plus was their way of getting all the rights to all of their material back. It's partly why they bought Fox in the first place, to get the rights to all those Marvel characters back, to get Star Wars. They just want everything. They're not going to start making new distribution deals with other companies to release on physical media or to have on their streaming services. That's why they ripped everything down from Netflix.
Yeah.
They don't want their stuff in the hands of other people. Okay. So I don't think we'll ever see that.
That's it now.
That is now.
Sure. That was a long show.
That was
very long.
Yeah.
Very long.
This is the longest one so far. Oh, I don't know. I hope that's all right, guys. We'll try not to push it too much, but there's a lot of stuff this week. Unfortunately now, though, that is all that we have time for. Thank you very much for listening out there. We appreciate it every week. This podcast, of course, goes out every single Monday on all podcasting platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, and Audible. Our visual element's also available to view on YouTube. So if you're out there watching this, thank you very much. And that goes out 2 days early to Patreon supporters. If you want to support the Patreon, head to patreon.com/DaveLeeDownUnder. You can support for as little as $1 a month, which is fantastic. You can, of course, find me on YouTube at Dave Lee Down Under. Head to Twitter or Instagram. Links are down in the description. If you want to write to the show, shoot an email to daveleepod@gmail.com. And we'd love reviews. We'd love good reviews on the podcasting platforms, Apple Podcasts, whatever. YouTube preview. Last week, I was very busy. I did my surprise evolution. I was working very hard on that. That lands this Tuesday. So I'm very excited. I'm still not saying what it is, but you guys are going to love it. So no big videos went up last week. I did like a couple of cartoon news things, but no big videos went up. But it's a sacrifice I had to make to give you guys 2 evolutions this month. And we'll see if I can make the deadline for that second one, because I'm really pushing it.
Might be a day or two like that.
Yeah, the second one's going to be Peanuts. have announced that one. I feel like I don't know if I'm going to get that done in time, but it'll only be a couple of days late if it is late. I'll keep you updated on that one. We've got a couple of smaller videos up this week, including my review of Disney Plus's Marvel 616 and my interview with episode director Paul Scheer and executive producer Sarah Amos. We're going to be very happy to be able to talk about that one finally. I have missed a few reviews this month. I was going to review SpongeBob. I was going to review Inside Pixar. I was going to review Wonderful World of Mickey Mouse this week. I don't think I'll be reviewing that. I don't think I'll be reviewing any of them because I just need to crunch and get this evolution done. I want to get this Peanuts evolution done without any other kind of distractions. There's a lot to do. I've started researching it and piecing the script together, so I'll make good time, but we're going to be pushing to make that deadline. Anyway, thank you very much to all of you guys out there for listening. Thanks so much, and thanks to old mate Rick for joining me once again.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks for listening, and stay safe and stay happy.
Take it easy. All right, we'll see you next week.
See you guys.
Take it easy, guys.